Hi there, it's Tim with Far North Magic. Today I just wanted to take a quick look at the Fallout secret layers. They're coming out tomorrow, and since these are part of the way they're doing secret layers now with the limited release cycle, although I don't know how limited that's going to be. Like, are they going to really limit them super low? Like, I almost think it's just a ploy, but with the cats and dogs, it sold out and got marked up pretty good. So I wonder how these are going to do, just because they do seem to have some interesting cards. Nothing that's like super unique or anything that's direly needed, at least. So for me, I'm probably leaning towards not FOMOing into it, but I also never played a Fallout game, so it's got less. I have less attachment to the art. So they're doing 3 secret layers. They haven't said what the prices are, which is a bit of an issue. Knowing what one is the best value for the dollar. So we have the Vault Boy secret layer. It's only got 4 cards because they're a bit more expensive cards. You have the Grand Arbiter, Augustus the Fourth. It's like a $2-3 card. It's just been beat down, and also I think it's also seen less play just due to people hating you if you play it. The one thing I find interesting about this layer is, since a lot of the layers are geared to Commander, these are all cards that are kind of stacksy cards that wouldn't be Commander. I don't want to say Commander friendly, but would be more frowned upon in Commander. So I do find it interesting. It does fit the theme though, probably for them to be able to put them into a secret layer, unlike a lot of the other ones that they put them in. You also get Trinisphere, which is $12-15. Winter Orb, $8-10. And Sphere of Resistance, which is the big card in the layer, at $25-30. It's mainly only expensive because it's seen Masterpiece from Kaladesh and original printing in Exodus. So it's got a very low supply in compared to a lot of new cards. So this is probably going to be a big supply boost. So I guess we'll just see how that interacts. A lot of the time the cards don't hold up, but this layer's got a $47 to $62 value, depending on if you're looking at the lowest price or the market price. So it's probably going to be the layer that's actually got value versus the price, because I imagine the layers will be $50 price wise. And for something like Sphere of Resistance, it's probably going to be the most affordable foil, just because the other foil's a Masterpiece. I actually should have wrote down what the Masterpiece is going for, because I don't think it would go up that high because as the Masterpiece, but it might hold that 30, if it holds the 30 something dollar price for that might not be a bad pickup. Next up is we have another layer that is points of interest. So this is 5 lands that are pretty popular in Commander. So you got Command Beacon, Bojuka Bog, Fabled Passage, Reflecting Pool, and Reliquary Tower. So the one thing with a lot of these cards is that if they get put in a layer, they get hit somewhere else, basically immediately, or they've got hit immediately and then they've also got multiple layers, it seems. So for Command Beacon, it's in here, but then they're also hitting it in Outlaws of Thunder Junction, one of the decks. So I imagine the $9 price that it is for like the cheapest version will drop over time quite a bit because like there'll be a big supply increase. Bajuka Bog's like $1-ish card. You got your Reliquary Tower being like $1, $2 type thing, depending on the version, a lot of the time. Fable Passage around $5, and Reflecting Pool in that like $5-6 range as well for the cheapest versions. For me, I thought this was gonna be one of the slam dunk ones, because the art's kind of cool. But then it's also like a lot of these cards have had pretty decent value. And like, I guess I'm just like Canadian brained. Like, everything's like way overpriced in Canada for like, because like a lot of the, like, there's some stores that I've looked at and Reflecting Pool is always like a $15 card. So like, if like Reflecting Pool in my brain was like $15, Fable Passage like 10, Command Beacon's like 15. Like, holy cow, you've got like some good value. But when I looked at it for like on TCG Player, the values are pretty low. So this one, you're in like that $22, $23 range for the like getting the cheapest versions. If you just want the cards for utility wise and don't care about the art, so definitely one that's gonna be that you're gonna want to pick up just if you really like the art and you want the cards, but you're probably going to be underwater for value wise, even if they made it a cheap version, cheap like $30 lair. Next up is Special. So this has 7 cards, all linked to the letters in Special. So some of these cards are cards that are just annihilated because of so many reprints and such. So again, in my brain, like a bunch of these cards have like much higher values, and also like I have even probably buy listed some of these cards within the last year at higher prices than what they seem to be on TCG Player right now. So we first have Steel Shaper's Gift. It's around $250. That's come down quite a bit. Like, I think probably when they first looked at this, they didn't factor in that it was going to just get completely annihilated by like Commander Masters and such. Like, probably even seeing a little less play. Propaganda, which is a pretty good staple, but still like $3 to $5. Elixir of Immortality, it's pretty much worth, like, it's worth like what, 25 cents, 50 cents, not really worth anything. Council's Judgment in that same like under 50 cents. Idyllic Tutor is a pretty solid card for this, like in that $5-6 range. You got Anger at like straddling like $3, and then you got Lightning Bolt, which you can find plenty of versions under $1 if you don't care about like getting a cool art or anything. So you're in that like $15 to $19 range. So this one's going to need some help of, you like the cards you like the art, and like these versions are probably going to go for more than the lowest version, but for utility reasons, it makes to me it makes sense to look at the cheapest version and then go, oh, do I want to bling out my deck? And that's part of the thing with these. Like, if you want to bling out your deck with these, then that's cool. And at least they picked, like, they didn't do the whole, like, Lord of the Rings pick 4 common garbage junk. So I think that's good. The The other thing they're doing is some bonus cards. They're letting you know ahead of time. So the point of interest has a full art waist. And then the inside the vault has Codex Shredder. And I guess the special secret lair also has a full art waist. So, I don't know. I think the full art wastes are kind of cool. Although, like, what are they going to be worth? Like a couple dollars, probably. I'm probably underestimating it. It's probably going to be like something crazy. Because people will want many of them. So, it might be a big, a good thing. The Codex Shredder, I'm not really got much hope for it to being worth a whole lot, but it's still pretty cool art. The other thing is that they are doing mana vaults in very limited quantities, probably similar to the persistent petitioners or Shadowborn Apostles or something. So here's a mana vault. It's pretty cool. I just don't know if it's worth like chasing after it. It probably is just worth like paying the overpriced amount for it, and probably just being patient and not being the first one to buy it also is a thing. Like, I think that's like the problem. Like, they've done tons of bonus cards before that have been tons of, like, not tons of money, but like have been worth money, like the Narset Stained Glass, the Lily Stained Glass, the, what else was there? Shadowborn Apostle, Persistent Petitioner. Some of the Sliver cards that were rare, like the Sliver Hive, is, at least last time I looked, like pretty expensive. You got your schematic, I want to say prototype, your like schematic artifact cards that were borderless and such. So like they've been doing these chase cards, and like, yeah, sure, it's not a mana vault that's got Fallout art, so they are kind of a bit weaker cards, and also they're kind of like, they don't have that crossover appeal. But I think for the most part, like, do you need this mana vault that bad? Like, just proxy it. Like, are you playing Vintage at Eternal Weekend? Like, because I don't think you care if you're going to Eternal Weekend to have a mana vault that's Fallout. But maybe you do. I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, Eternal Weekend's the only place. Well, there might be other places that play Vintage. But I think waiting and not FOMOing out is probably the best play with this mana vault situation. And not getting outrageously mad about it either. So the lairs come out on the 8th at 9 a.m. So lunchtime, and for me, maybe I'll check it out, see how long the queues are. I guess we'll just see and go from there. So I don't know if I'm going to bother trying to buy any of them. I was thinking I was going to try, but then I slept on it and went, okay, well, do I actually want to buy? I did the whole sleep on a big decision, and I got one more sleep, and then we'll see what I decide. What is your opinion on the Fallout lairs? Do you think they're a ripoff? Do you think this is a loot box gambling to the extreme, FOMO, whatever stupid thing that everyone's outraged about? I just don't. get it that much. Like, if this is out, like, why weren't people like super outraged about, like, I don't know, Mana Crypt or anything, like anything, like any card? It should be like, boy, angry about everything. And I guess like some people are. So I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. I'd like to know what you're thinking of doing with this. Are you gonna FOMO into buying some to try and get a mana vault, or are you gonna just wait it out and see how it goes? Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.